Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. I'm your host, Colors Fade. This is episode 1. Let's get started. I've created a profile, it's called YouTube. I'll be using it just for this playthrough. I also want to let everyone know I am using 2 mods in the game. Mods are so easy to install for this. I'm using the free Pet Pal because Pet Pal is really important in this game, and I'm also using the Fort Joy Respec Definitive Edition. You have to have Definitive Edition mods to play the Definitive Edition of the game, otherwise these show up as red and won't work. If you want achievements to be installed, to be active while mods are installed, there is a mod for that. You can find it on Nexus, and I will put the link to these things in there. These are not game-breaking or cheat mods. They're just, it's kind of a quality of life thing. Pet Pal is so important to the game that I feel like you have to use it. And having to be shorted a talent in the game so that you can have Pet Pal kind of sucks. We're going to play Classic mode because Tactician is really difficult. Tactician in Divinity Original Sin 1 was just like a tiny step up from Classic. But in this game, it's a significant step up. It's really difficult, and I want to have fun while we're playing this YouTube playthrough. There are 6 origin characters, of which the Red Prince is one, and so is Sibyl, Ifan Ben Mezd, Beast, Los, and Fane. And then you get into, you can just create a generic character of your own. But you really should play the origin characters because they have great stories. We're going to play as Ifan Ben Mezd. I've not played all the way through the game with him yet. To the end. I've used him as a companion, but I haven't used him as my main character. So we're going to do that. And I want to see... Oh, no. I want you to listen to his origin story.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
And so there's Ifan. How I'm going to play him is as a fighter. I'm going to have 4 characters in the game, and he is going to be my one fighter dude. So let's customize him. I have face I like, I have hairstyle I like for him, hair color I like, blacksmith. He just looks better that way. He looks a little younger. And then for his presets, I don't end up putting a lot of points in the Constitution. I put most of my points in the Strength because each point in Strength adds 5% to damage, which you really want. For abilities, I do like the way he's set up to start with a fighter. He automatically has 1 point in bartering, so he's going to become my barter for the group. I feel like there are 5 really important civil abilities, and unfortunately you only have 4 characters for your party. So one of these is going to get short, but Lore Master is important. So is Thievery, Bartering, Persuasion, and Lucky Charm. I'm going to have him as my barter, Red Prince is my Persuasion, Los is my Lucky Charm, and Fane is my Thief, and so that's going to leave Lore Master short. We'll just have to go to town to identify things. As a warrior, as a fighter, he's going to max out Warfare. He's going to put a couple points into Huntsman, Scoundrel, Geomancer, and then the rest into Necromancer for healing. But right now, I don't want him to start out with a Geo. Actually, it's not a bad choice to have Fortify early. But Scoundrel gets you a point for Adrenaline, which can be really useful. I also don't want him to start off with Bouncing Shield early. Battering Ram and Battle Stomp are the 2 CC spells, crowd control things he's going to use for the whole rest of the game. And they're awesome. And so then we're also going to grab Adrenaline. It's the only thing we're going to grab from the Scoundrel tree. And I wish there's another ability in Scoundrel that allows you to teleport away, but you have to put 2 points in a Scoundrel, and I don't want to waste a point. So all we're doing is grabbing Adrenaline, but this is a critical spell. Everybody in your party will benefit from having it. Everybody's going to get it. So we'll do that. That's where we're going to start. For talents, Opportunist is a great one for a have. Gives you an opportunity to attack when a character moves near you, when they're trying to move away. It's fantastic, but I feel like Executioner is actually the better one to have early. This gives you 2 extra action points when performing a killing blow, when you kill a creature. And early in the game, it's just you, and so you're doing all the killing. So you might as well get those extra AP points. And then later on in the game, he's also going to do a lot of killing. He's probably going to kill the second most characters in the game. My Pyromage is going to kill the most stuff. So let's start the game. His tags are Outlaw and Scholar, and we won't change those. So let's go. Yep.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
And we're ready to roll.
A bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
The things I do to complete a contract.
Yes, indeed. Well, the first thing we have to do is go into options and change some control stuff because... oh, maybe I've already done it. Yep, looks like I have. Alright. That's cool. Every time you start a new profile, you have to go in here and adjust stuff. Now, one of the things you'll see people talk about is... Ifan starts the game with a wolf. Yeah, it's a soul wolf. It requires a source point. It doesn't become useful for a long time. A lot of people think because he has the wolf, he has to be a summoner. No. So, I don't worry about that. I do want to adjust one other thing though in the controls. Options. Gameplay. I don't need 15 max autosaves, and I don't need that many quick saves. I use 5 quick saves and 3 autosaves. That's it. Alright, we're on the tutorial deck. If you take this ladder, you go straight upstairs. You can skip the tutorial deck, but it's actually useful to get a couple of things out of here. Don't show the tutorials. We've done it 100 times. I've played this game a lot over the last month. It is just a fantastic role-playing game experience. As party-based role-playing games go, this is
Well, that explains the smell, anyway.
This is easily in my top 3. It's just fantastic.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too.
Wink and say her fleece would fetch a better price on the black market than your flesh.
That may be so, but look at the flies. Burn wisdom. Flies know when a creature will die. And it's around your head they're buzzing, not mine.
With 2 shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
So I did that because I wanted to make sure that it's working. So we got the free pet pal from the mod. So that's awesome. Alright. If you go around here, the tutorial deck is just one giant run around in a circle, basically. There's a key. They get you through that door. So the tutorial deck is where you learn that you get a couple nice things like that, like a little potion, which is great. You get some food. In the very early parts of the game, it's a pretty good idea to grab the food. You can use it for healing. You won't have a lot of healing potions. You have to chomp down on it quite a bit, but... And there's notes. Try not to pick too many of these up. You can read them. You don't... But they're just gonna clutter. They're gonna clutter your inventory if you hang on to them, so... And there we go. A pocket knife. So our first weapon. This opens the door, so you can see how you move things around. You get a surface in here.
You there. Come here.
So oil slows you down. And I'm going to equip my pocket knife.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
Agree to help and ask what to do.
A gentleman among jesters you are. Give that lever a pull and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Demand to know what exactly is in it for you.
Set me free and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Alrighty then, let's see what happens.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
So these options say persuasion, and they add in whatever it is, wits, constitution, finesse. But later on in the game, the important score is actually your persuasion score. We're going to have Red Prince, and we're going to give him all the persuasion points, so you're generally going to want him to do the talking. But early on here, the only thing we have points in is constitution, so we'll do this. Tell him you heard yelling come from above. He needs to get up there. Persuasion failure. We have 0 and we needed 1.
Clever story.
Uh-oh. So now I gotta take on this
I should have
Magister.
known there'd be trouble.
Fortunately, he's halfway hurt. So what we can do here is, we got Sucker Punch, which is an ability you naturally get from only having one weapon. It's resisted by physical armor, of which he has none. He has no magical or physical armor. So we're gonna punch him in the face. And knock him down. And then we're gonna spend a turn here stabbing him. Then we're gonna end the turn. And then we're gonna just stab him again. And he's gonna die.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
It's got a key. Can I just open it with that? Nope. Alright.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Oh, here he comes. Fireball. Oh, my good lord. That's not friendly. Holy crap. Okay, let's see what we can do here. He's got 30 of 30. I kind of just want him to walk through this fire after me. But I don't want to stand here. Alright, what did we do with that food earlier? I'm gonna heal myself. All I'm going to do is heal and make him walk over toward me. Heals 20%. Poison resistance. Alright. And then I'm going to encourage myself, which is going to boost my stats even more. Now, yeah, come walk through the fire, you punk. He didn't do a lot of damage, so that's great. Oh, and then the fire's out after a turn. Alright. I'm going to see if I can sucker punch him, too. Down you go. We're going to cut him real good. And then we're going to CC him again. We're going to do battering ram and knock him down because he has no physical armor. He can't stop it. And then he's executed.
What would he have to gain by killing me? I'll have to keep my guard up.
Alright. Oh, and here, over here, nice electric discharge scroll. So you pick that up. So that's why it's worth going through this tutorial area. It's just for a couple of little things. Lock picks. I quick save a lot. And I recommend everybody does. There's a few things in here. There's a little bit of coin. It's nothing major. There's a potion. I like getting that. If you can hold down your Alt key, you can see. So there's a big huge tub of ooze barrel. It's locked. I'm gonna grab that. So here I'm gonna have to pick this. Oh, yeah. He's poisoned. I don't like that. Fortunately, you can rest in the game. You want to get a bedroll later. If you light this on fire, then in a turn it'll go away. But I don't want to waste a firestorm grenade on it. So I'm going to try to pick this lock. This is the only door in the game, I think. Oh, the lock can't be picked. Oh, well that's funny. Then I thought I had the key for it. Well, that's strange. Can I just destroy it? Oh yeah, you can. It's got really low health. That was the clue. It's 6 health.
And I'm back where I started.
And that's the tutorial deck.
Nowhere to go but up.
So I'm gonna eat some food here. This will be the most food I eat the whole game. Because then you quickly outgrow what food can really do and start using potions.
Why, you're looking... There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon? I'd be quite annoyed with you if you didn't look so honestly perplexed.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
You pull at the thing around your neck futilely. Demand to know why she collared you.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
She might be playing a trick. Don't do it.
Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you.
Oh,
Promise.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
I'm going to take my leave and not let her know that I axed her dude downstairs. I'm going to look for a few things here. It's a small tome. What is that? I like to read these first. Oh, it's just a piece of uselessness. But you should always check every container, especially for things like this, empty potion bottles. It's really the only way to get them. Some vendors sell them, but why spend money when you can find them by just looking around? There's some great points in this game where you can find some grotesque jaw. So you always want, this is one of those games where you really want to just inspect every container and look for everything. Alright, so we're gonna head out of here.
Did the murderer take
Bloody
you into this
murder.
room?
Looks like someone's hit the Hall of Echoes a little early.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector. She was his captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done this.
Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Laugh. She really thinks she'd help a magister. Someone who's keeping you under lock and key.
Think about it. It's one of you who got killed, not one of us. We want to find who did it and bring them to justice. Who's your real enemy here? You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
Alright, so off we wander. We have to go meet.
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Oh, and there's a bedroll. Perfect, that's what we needed. Bedrolls let you heal.
It was one of them. I know it.
And lemonade. Kids. Lois is entertaining kids. I'm not even going to worry about talking to any of these people or doing too much. There's some beer down here. I mean,
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
I'm not one that
They're
turned
picking
down
us
beer.
off one by one.
Can we just
We're just gonna
skip
take
to
these
the
beers
part
right
where
from
I
under you guys'
reassure
noses.
you and
How's
you
that?
shut up,
I think, what does beer do again?
lad? Insufferable, surely.
Let's find out.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
Mug of beer. Consume. What's it
I'll
do?
tell you
-1
what,
intelligence, which we don't care about.
quiet
Heals
enough
10
for me
and
to
sets
listen.
drunk for 2 turns. What does drunk do? Intelligence, initiative, accuracy, lucky charm. So it's a way to boost lucky charm. You want to do that before you open some things.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine.
Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Keep those bolts
About to get entertaining.
And if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella.
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
It's Wendigo from the very beginning of the game.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad.
She wants to kill Godwoken, and that's you.
You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Say, yes, sir, and turn to leave. This murderer must be brought to justice.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
So you're gonna get no chance to do anything, and she's gonna kill all those guys, and now all hell breaks loose. It's time to vacate the premises.
What's happened?
Let's check the Magisters. Oh, there's a stained shirt. We'll equip that, and then the smart thing to do here is always add things to your wares. I'm gonna grab all this food. Pumpkin soup, ham, bread. Ooh, this all looks so yummy. I'm starving. It's about lunchtime here in the real world. Bottle of wine for a little party later. Alright. Just want what's in this confiscated chest full of goods. So here's your weapons. Early in the game, I'm going to equip that and equip the shield. So you're going to get this new ability on your hotbar. I'm going to move some of this stuff down here that I don't naturally want to use too early. So you're going to get shields up, which is nice. Regenerates physical and magical armor. And then you're going to have to get out of here. And there's some papers over here, but they're not that important. Oh, tattered shoes though. Look at those. Alright, how do we get out of this boat? There's a room over here. I can't pick the lock because I'm not a thief. Everybody's knocked out, and there's nothing you can do about it. So for right now, it's one man.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
All for one and one for all. Alright. Hatch is blocked. Oh, so we just gotta go out. You gotta go out the stairs that were standing right next to you. Alright. How many times have I played this game and I still forget how to play the beginning of it? But that's just me. Alright, there's a dog in there. Oh, in this barrel. Put out that fire. Alright, what's the best way out of here? There's these clowns in here.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Yep. That'd be a good plan.
God, something's coming from a hole!
Can't get through that door. Fane is right there.
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
There's a note. Murtaugh. Deathfog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rex both. If anyone starts fooling around down there, lights out. Alright. What are the other ways out of this thing? Oh yeah, there's a staircase over here? Nope.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your...
So, oh, and here comes the death fog. Alright, so we're gonna get out. Our exit is over here. Check a couple of barrels and canisters on the way. tiny little bits of money. Alright, let's get out of here. Death fall. Oh no, a tentacle got him. Alright, I'm gonna pass my turn and let these guys go first because they're gonna spend most of their turns just coming over here toward me. Alright, and then what I'm gonna do is knock them both down. Try to kill one of them. Ah, missed. Not good. Now we're going to use our other crowd control to knock him down again. Oh, there we go. Finally got a critical hit. Alright, so here's where Executioner is going to come in handy. I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to get 2 extra points. They're both dead. That's where we like it. Fireball. Ooh, we got a fireball scroll. Handy. Alright, where do we want to go to get off of this damn boat? Over here on the other side? Yep.
A lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
You do it!
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Call the dwarf a yellow-bellied coward. You'll return to the lower deck and check for survivors.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're going to be the death of us, you hear?
Alright. Down we go. This is the murder room. A chunk of flesh. You want to save these because if you have an elf in your party, they can use them for flesh memories, and some of them give skills. And what's really cool is Fane, the undead, when he puts on his mask and becomes an elf, he can do the same thing. Alright. I like to click up here and figure out that is the one that's going to act first. I think he's going to spend a lot of time just getting over toward me. So, what do I want to do here? He's going to take a while to move. I might go after this guy. Knock that one down.
These beardless bugs won't sink a ship on my watch. I'll yield to none.
Oh, and that one's going to go after Sybil then.
Let the games begin. That hurts, doesn't it?
They who are about to triumph.
Love Red
I
Prince,
thought
he's
Void
awesome.
Woken was supposed to be scary.
Backstab with daggers. So he's done. I'm gonna use my adrenaline. Do one more attack and see if I can kill this one.
No telling when there might be more. We need to move.
We make a pretty good team.
Yes, we do.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
I hear something. It's It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture.
Take the cloth and hold it tight to the wound to try and stem the bleeding.
Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
Slit her throat. Better to end it quickly. Call at me like a dog, will you? It's as good as you deserved.
We need to wait. There's no time.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
So we're off the boat and on to Fort Joy.
So the Order's right about one thing. We attract Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Only one way to find out.
So a whole bunch of journal updates. And this is where I'm going to stop and save it. And I will see you guys next time on episode 2. And we will start the long quest to get out of Fort Joy and off this island. Everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content on the channel, please subscribe. If you leave a question or comment, I will respond. And thanks for watching. See you next time.